I think it's really interesting to be able to kind of reach those people that you wouldn't normally reach, to go and kind of give into charity and kind of support their community, and maybe they don't have the means or the funds to necessarily do that, not necessarily if they don't want to, but this provides them the opportunity to say, look, you can give back and you can be a positive impact in your community, and at the same time you can kind of profit and benefit from it and create like this business and become financially free. So I think that's pretty unique and exciting.
I think it's a great idea, and I can't wait to actually start it.
I think it's going to give others an opportunity to make the difference in their income, to where they won't feel strapped down and boxed into where they are, to reach out and know that they can, by participating, can help others in return.
Now, I've been involved in missionary work for now 30 years, and I've been from Haiti, Santo Domingo, Cuba, Colombia, Ecuador, Honduras, Chile, and currently I'm working in Pakistan. And there's something that you see worldwide, no matter where you go around the world. We have found out that you ask these questions and everybody has the same answers. For example, if you were to ask anybody around the world how many people want to be ugly, nobody would raise their hands. How many people want to be presentable? Everybody will raise their hands. How many people want to be poor? Nobody wants to be poor. How many people want to prosper? Around the world, the same questions are asked and the same answers. How many want to be sick? How many want to be healthy? How many want to be homeless? How many want to have a home? So it's definitely that humanity has the same needs worldwide, regardless of religion, race, or creed. People have the same need. But at the same time, people also have a need to give. All of us have a need to give. It's God-given. When you give, you feel good. And when GiveBoom was born, we had that in mind. We had two things in mind. We want to continue to reach the world with different projects. Many of you have seen the different projects that we have done around the world, and I would be here all night telling you stories about the different things that we've gone through, reaching out to people, right? So we want to reach the world, but we also are a family that have always helped people. We have continually helped people get jobs, continually helped people get into business, and we have continually want to bless people. So GiveBoom is not only about helping others, but it's also about empowering those who we love by giving them the opportunity to be blessed as they give.
Well, basically, like he said, GiveBoom came out of a lot. I mean, growing up, I saw him on mission trips. I actually went with him on a couple mission trips, and I got to see the poverty. I got to see people that just lived in really bad circumstances, and that it made you really appreciate what you have. Made you made you feel guilty almost for ever, saying, hey, I don't have enough clothes, I don't have enough shoes, or hey, I don't got the food I like in the refrigerator, when these people have nothing, literally nothing. And and then also when I grew up, I was also diagnosed with cancer. So I lived and I saw what a lot of children go through, a lot of patients in the hospital go through, the suffering that they go through when they're diagnosed with a disease like that. And so I've always, and with my dad, like I said, traveling, I've been implanted inside to always want to do something and give back and do something for people that need help and that can't help themselves. And so, that GiveBoom originally started as a charity. It really did. It started, hey, how can we come up with an idea something that would mean so little to people here. $1 is nothing. I mean, we spend on a lunch $10 on a daily basis, you know, or just driving gas, you know, and so the idea of GiveBoom was just, hey, let's get everybody to join together. Let's make a real difference in our community. You know, let's make a real difference to, you know, for children and homeless and people that are hungry, and let's make a real difference not in our community and throughout the world eventually, if we can get everyone to unite and come together. And started off like that, you know, and then also growing up in business, learned a lot from my grandfather, my father, my uncle, my abuela, which I love so much. I want to say in high school, my dad handed me something that completely changed my view on how people make money, you know, and how people make an income. How do wealthy people even become wealthy, and how do they think? And he handed me a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, and really just it's like it took blinders off of my eyes. The guy talked about how people are trained to work for money, but how wealthy people become wealthy and stay wealthy as they learn how to make money work for them. They save their money and they learn how to make money work for them. And so this is where the gear started turning for GiveBoom. How can we start something that's going to help people? And there's a lot of charities out there. I mean, there's thousands and thousands of charities that do all kinds of good things for people around the world. But something that we wanted to do was, how can we not only help people out there, but how can we help the people that are helping? How can we, how awesome would that be to not only be able to bless people and help people on the streets or people that are hungry, but to also create more time, more money, and a better quality of life for the people that are giving and that are making the world a better place. And so that's how we came up with GiveBoom. That was the basic concept of GiveBoom.
One of my proudest moments of Danny was the day that he called me and he says, "Dad, there's 1,000 ways to make money." And I says, pick one or two and stick with it. All right? But all over the world, I've taught people not just to give. You could give to people, but you could feed somebody, but it's not just feeding them. It's teaching them how to fish, how to do with what they got. And in GiveBoom, we plan to empower people. It's not just about charity and giving money to people or to organizations, but we want to make sure that we empower through education. We empower through the economics and financial realms. We want to help people so that they can learn the principles that God has given us so they can prosper and they can also reach out to others. Throughout the years, I've gone into countries, and my goal was that if I never returned to that country, whatever I started there would continue, and that's exactly what's happened. Right? It's exactly what's happened. The work that you start will continue because you teach people, not just give to them, but you teach them how to do it. So with that in mind, we're going to show you the Hi, LA Capdevila. Welcome, GiveBoomers. Welcome to GiveBoom, the GiveBoom Revelation. We're so happy that you're with us this evening. And to all our guests, those who are with us for the very first time, we thank you for being with us. It's exciting to see what God is doing around the world, what He's doing among our people already. We're seeing a huge amounts of activity. We had a great month in GiveBoom. If you're new to the GiveBoom concept, I'm one of the founders, along with my two sons, of the GiveBoom concept. GiveBoom is a for-profit organization that not only raises money for charities and causes and different nonprofit organizations, but we also empower our members to build residual income. And that's one of the great things the stories that we're hearing. For example, the member of the month, Wade sings. Wade, let me say here, Wade Sang Sing. All right, Wade has put 15 people this month and is starting to make good residual income. Some that it was unexpected. All right, how he came upon GiveBoom, and then he also brought somebody by the name of Mike Gonzalez from Brooksville. And Mike is on fire. He has also brought a large number of people into GiveBoom. And Mike has started a group called Team Ignite. And he has certain goals and visions to be able to take GiveBoom to the industry of charities. So if you're here for the first time, we welcome you, and we plan to make this interesting for you. As you heard at the beginning of the webinar, that you heard a little bit of our story. You heard how we began. You heard a little bit about who we are, and you can always check us out in our website, GiveBoom.com, about us. You could go to my personal website, lacapdevila.com, or our restaurant, that is Sita Restaurant. You don't need to write it. You could go there and click it, and you will go and you get the history of our past. 42 years in business, 32 years in ministry. I have done much of missionary work around the world, and now with GiveBoom, which we plan to take to the nations and empower charities and empower individuals to be able to reach their dreams and do things that they never planned to do. Now, I want to say a few things about GiveBoom, because GiveBoom, for some people, when you join GiveBoom, for some people it's about charity, and about charity first and business second. And for other people, it's about doing business first and then helping charity. And there's no right or wrong here. It's just different people have different interests, and different people have different needs at the time and seasons. And there are people that are with us already for 2 months, and all they're interested is just being a member of GiveBoom and giving their $10 a month. And then there's other people that are interested in empowering as many charity as they can, and really they know the value of money, but they want to reach out to these charities and nonprofits. And then there's people in our group that have taken this, and they're business minded, and they see all the different possibilities, knowing that that God has given us money to solve problems and to solve all things. Okay, right now, if you had $1 million in your bank, you probably would feel like there's no place on earth that you couldn't go to, and there's nothing that you couldn't do. Well, that's what God intended for us to feel through finances, as He's given us His promises, and also has given us the principles of making money. Now, I want to put out a couple of facts out here, because a lot of people that have called into GiveBoom, a lot of people that have joined GiveBoom do not have the experience at business. And one of the things that GiveBoom is, one of the good things that GiveBoom is starting to do is that as we do seminars and we do webinars, and even when you call me personally on the phone, we're enabling you, we're empowering you in your character. A lot of us, have the mentality of 9-to-5 jobs, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's very honorable, okay? But we don't know that with what we already have, we can make money. And a lot of times we're drowning in debt, and we're drowning in bills, and we don't know that if we just make a few adjustments, we could automatically start making money. And in this case, in GiveBoom's case, you start making residual income. Like Elvis Presley, he recorded an album once, and 40 years later, even though he's dead, his family is still making residual income. And the great thing about GiveBoom, because it's only $10 a month, okay, a lot of people are going to stay with GiveBoom because they're giving into charity, and they understand that not only are they giving into charity, but they're also giving to empower people and people's lives. And one of the things that I teach all the time is, if you want your dreams come true, help the dreams of others come true. Empower them, and you watch how your own dreams come true. Now, there are some people that say, well, you know, if I'm going to give straight to a charity, I'll just give straight to a charity organization where they don't give half to charity and half to its members. Well, that's your choice. GiveBoom, the vision of GiveBoom is very clear. All right, we empower and we raise money for charity, but in the process of raising money for charities, we build residual income for our members, because charity starts at home. Okay, and a lot of people, I know a lot of people that would love to give, and because their obligations, they're not able. In GiveBoom, when you make your first 2 referral, one goes to GiveBoom, one goes to the person that sponsor you. Then your third person is where you start making your first money, $5. $5 for you, $5 for GiveBoom. And then your fourth person that you bring, now you make $5 there. And now the $10 investment is washed. And now you're able to start your business based not on investing $10. Yeah, you invest it every month, but every month you get $10. That's the most beautiful thing that you could, how could you make money? How could you make money, all right, in such a way? Well, let me say this. There's a lot of things to do. If you're a GiveBoomer, one of the things that I've said from the beginning, this is not a quick rich scheme, and this is not get rich overnight. But if you do your homework and you work casually, or as you live, you share, you could get great results. For example, I was looking up there in the United States of America, there are 1.8 million nonprofit charities recognized by the IRS alone. Think about that. If you were to get 1,000 people direct to join GiveBoom, you'll be making $5,000 a month. You say, man, that's a lot of people. Yeah, it is a lot of people, but one person at a time, 2 persons at a time, 3 persons at a time, in a process of months, maybe years, okay, you'll be able to make this residual income. If you were one of those persons that never made plans for retirement, never took the time to make an investment in a mutual fund or in a retirement program, GiveBoom is your redemption, because GiveBoom, as I will show you a little later on, gives you the opportunity to make residual income. Now, think about that. If there's a million point 8 nonprofit organizations in the United States that are recognized by the IRS, now there are over 500,000 organizations that are like churches and ministries that are not recognized by the IRS in the sense that they don't fill out their 990 form. So now we're talking about 2.3 million organizations, 2,300,000 organizations. Not to mention that there is over 100,000 other types of nonprofits, such as little leagues, social clubs, all kinds of causes. When you look at it, there's almost 2.5 million organizations in which you can knock on their doors and offer GiveBoom. Why I always tell people why not go to the charities first? Because charity understand the need to raise funds. You don't have to convince a charity, hey, listen, I have a tool here, an organization that if you use, you could raise funds for your cause, and at the same time empower the people that join your cause. Most charities understand, I would dare to say all of them understand the need to raise funds. So I have said in times past that when you join GiveBoom, go to your mother and father, your uncle, your aunt, your grandmother, your grandfather, your cousins, families, and friends are usually a good source where you could tell them, look, for $10 a month, you're helping me, and you're helping me raise money for charity at the same time. Now, we understand that many times a prophet is not a prophet in his hometown, and sometimes that might not work. But at the same time, you get the yellow pages. Go on Google and come up with all the different nonprofit organizations that there are. All right. In my case, I am personally putting a package together where these organizations will receive a cover page with a video and an explanation and all the information for them to evaluate whether they want to become part of GiveBoom. Well, we know that if out of every 1,000 that I send forth, if 50 join, guess what? There's over 2.5 million just in the United States alone, not even to mention Europe, not to mention Canada, not to mention Australia, and all the civilized nations. So really, when I tell you that yes, some of us are going to strike gold and be able to pick up 500 people, all right, and 500 people represents $2,500 residual income for you a month. And if those 500 persons get interested and they go out and qualify with 2, your 500 just became 1,000, because out of your directs, you always pick up the person that they qualify with, and the person that they give you has to qualify, and they also give you persons, and it's a procedure that has no ending. So there's all kinds of possibilities. But granted, you know, I'll tell you the truth is sometimes we're either too busy or we're not hungry enough for success. I know this firsthand because my passion in life has been to help people make more money, to get better jobs, and to go into business. And quite frequently, I run across people that they want the handout, but they don't want to put the effort into bettering their lives and bettering the lives of their family. So granted, not everybody's going to be able to participate in that, but the truth is, you get a hungry person, they'll work hard. You get a person that wants to be success. They're tired of being poured. They're tired of being told by their boss when they could go to lunch, when they could go on vacation, when they could go to a doctor's appointment. They're tired of telling their kids, no, they don't have enough. We can't afford it. They're tired of being one emergency away from bankruptcy. I want you to know that GiveBoom for $10 a month gives you that opportunity. By the way, I want to say this. I've been involved in a multi-level marketing company, one in particular, became very successful, but after I joined, I realized that not everybody becomes successful. Meanwhile, people had put up $1,300, $500, $200, and a qualifying of $50 to $100 every month, and I saw people suffer with that. When we came up with the principle of GiveBoom was $10. $10 does not hurt anybody. $10 we throw it away in McDonald's. $10 we throw it away in the gym, and we become members of a gym and don't show up. So we made it on purpose. Even though, let me say this to some of you that are watching here, we have had some executives and persons that are making $100,000 or more, and says they tell me, Louis, you know, $10 just doesn't do it for me. Why don't you put up a GiveBoom program with $100 a month? Now that might interest us. So we might do that in the future. Maybe call it GiveBoom Plus or whatever. But you start small, okay, and you start to develop your skills and you start to develop your character. There are many people that are natural salespersons, but that's only 17% of the world's population are sales persons. But you don't have to have the salesman personality to give GiveBoom, because all you're doing is sharing. You're sharing something that is good. You're sharing something that will help other people around the world when we raise money for charity, and you're sharing something that would empower many people in their homes and change their lives. Believe me when I tell you that $200, $300 a month can change a family's life. All right, $200, $300 can change a single mother's life. Believe me when I tell you that there are many of us that sometimes we think, $100, $200, $300 is not nothing. Well, excuse me. I bet you that if you saw $100 on the floor that you would bend for it. If $100 wasn't a lot of money, you wouldn't bend for it, but I would put my money that you would bend for $100, so that means that $100 has a value, okay? And therefore, you know, a lot of us don't realize that if you had $100,000 in the bank, okay, and you were earning 1% interest in a money market, that's about $100 a month in interest. So if you gain, like some of our members have gained to the $100 a month, I want you to know that now making $100 a month is like having $100,000 in the bank. You can look at it that way. It's not the same, but it's almost the same in the sense that you're getting that interest residual income payment. So, you know, do not despise small things. Now, I wanted to show you something. I wanted to take you back into the screen share here a minute, if you would, and I wanted to show you this here that I had just posted, and you might have read it already, but I wanted to show it to you anyhow. In the GiveBoom Revolution webinar hosted by LA Capdevila, this is where people came to join. Look what it says. It says, look at what you can accomplish if you refer 3 persons for a year. You will make $180. That's 36 people, and that's $180 in residual income, and $180 for charity. At the end of 2 years of doing the same, you will equal $360 a month in residual income, and the same for charity. Now you have 72 people. At the end of 3 years, you're making $540 in residual income a month for you, and $540 for your charity. Okay, now you're growing your business. At the end of 5 years, you will have 180 persons, and you will be making $900 in residual income. All this for $10 a month. For $10 a month, that once you get to your 4th person, it's washed, and you do it casually. Well, imagine that those 180 persons, 100 of them want to join GiveBoom and they want to qualify. Now your 180 became 280. 280 times 5 is almost it's $900. It's you know, it just grows on you. It grows. This thing will grow. Okay, if you treat it with wisdom and respect, and knowing that this is something good, and give people a reason why they should join GiveBoom, and you share it. It's like a referral program. You know, DirecTV gives you I don't know how much for each person that you refer each month. Okay, well, this is almost the same. It's like cashback Visa. You get a certain percentage back every time you use it. Well, GiveBoom is, I believe, one of the few companies, if the only, that for $10 a month you have the possibility of making hundreds, and yet go on to make thousands of dollars a month in residual income. So you got 1.8 million charity organizations in the United States alone, and because this is an internet-based company, you could share this in Canada, you could share this in Europe and Australia, and very soon, and very soon we're coming out with the Spanish version that will be able to share this in the Spanish world. You got more than 500,000 organizations like churches and ministries that are not recorded with the IRS. They may be interested. You got over 100,000 little leagues, social clubs, and so forth and so on. So the possibility of becoming creative, okay, and reaching out, okay. In my case, I took a internet course, and for 3 months I lived learning to market things on internet, and I'm becoming quite good at it. And for others of you, it may just take a phone call or use the power of email, or now what they have, these video email. It may cost you a little something. Right now, this webinar is costing me money. Sure it is, okay, but I see it as an investment. But at the same time, you know, I'm a businessman. How many times have I invested hundreds of thousands of dollars only to get my investment back by the skin of my teeth? Or in other times, I have put up hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it took me years to be able to give back my investment and profit. So, you know, again, if you were going to start a franchise, McDonald's, it would be over $1 million. Who knows, for a Starbucks and so forth. You know, you got to change your mentality. If you want to keep doing, they say that insanity is doing the same thing every day and expecting different results. Okay? So if you're doing the same thing and it's not working for you, if you're doing the same thing every day and you're not happy, well, you guess what? You're going to have to change things, all right, so things can happen different for you and there'll be new opportunities arise for you. Now, not to mention that there's the 4 billion people that log into the internet every single week. Now, I don't know about you, but my office is filled with programs that I saw a program on the internet, I liked it, and I bought it for $19.95, or I bought it for $49.95, and then became a member for $19.95, and every month it gets drawn from my credit card. There are millions of people that do that because knowledge is money. People pay for knowledge. All right? So you can become creative. The worst thing that you could do is say, I can't do it. Because if you say that you can't do it, then you won't do it. If you believe that you can't do it, then it won't happen. But if you dare to believe that all things are possible for those who believe, and you dare to change your ways and make adjustments, maybe stop getting in front of the televisions for 4 hours a night, 5 hours a night, and then you think that you don't have time for nothing. You know, you'd be surprised how much time you have. You'll have over, if it's 7 days a week, you'll have 35 hours of new time, or if that's 5 hours a day. If it's 4 hours, it's 28. If it's 6, it's 24. However you want to configure it. All right. But the truth is, there are new horizons for us to take advantage. I'm not telling you to leave your job just yet. I'm saying start sharing GiveBoom for $10 a month. It's not going to hurt you. And it's something that you never know what could happen. How you will come bring in one person, and all of a sudden you got 20 people, and by the time you know it, you got 50 people. But you got to share it as you live. That's the way I say, share as you live. Share as you live may mean, what are the different ways on the internet that I can share GiveBoom? Every single one of us, every single one of the members of GiveBoom, all right, we are responsible for sharing it in social media, because we have different circles, creating different avenues to be able to share GiveBoom. I just gave you a couple of good ones with the charities, the amount 2.5 million charities in the United States alone, where you could get created and start sending emails to them. And believe me, you know this, If you make it interested enough, all right, there's always a percentage of people that will open their emails. That's a come. You get spam all the time. But, you know, I don't know about you, but there's a certain percentage of spams that I read and open up because it draws my attention. All right, so you do it long enough. All right, who knows if you end up with 100 people by the end of the year. But just to join GiveBoom and do nothing, we welcome you because you're helping us and you're helping whoever is your sponsor. That's great. All right, but the truth of the matter is we are encouraging you, all right, to get creative and think of ways that you could share GiveBoom. Just in Hillsborough County, if you're watching from Hillsborough County, in Hillsborough County, just churches alone, there's over 1,400 churches, without talking about social clubs and little leagues and who knows how many other nonprofits organizations. You know, $5 at a time. But you know what? That's the way. That's the way we became successful in the grocery store. It was day in and day out, and my dad would put, you know, X amount of money to the side, and it grew. So again, 4 billion people. Now you got to have a vision. Get a vision. What is your vision for the next 5 years? What is your vision for the next 5 years? Keep working and doing what you're doing. If that's what you like, power to you. Then just join GiveBoom and help us out. All right? With a vision, then you got to set some goals. All right? Maybe your goal is 2 people a month, 3 people a month, 4 people, 5 people, depending how much time you got and how much effort that you have. With goals, you got to set a plan. Okay? Work your plan. Put a plan together. There's really, when I tell you, what you could do is in Hillsborough County every weekend there's 100 different events where maybe you could get and put a booth, and every weekend you may be able to sign up 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 different people at these different events and these booths. My brother, I tell you, my sister, I tell you that it will add up in the long run. And then execution. Okay? It's not just knowing. It's not just having vision. It's not just having goals. It's not just having plan. But it's also execution. Okay? 3 people a month becomes 36 at the end of the year. All right? In 2 years it's 72, and so on and so on. And become encouraged, because it's only costing you $10 a month, and once you get your 4th person, all right, that's washed, and now you have that ability to share something that's good. Okay, I tell people there's people that are in our team that we haven't even hit different areas. When I was in network marketing company, which I'm still there and still making a little residual money there, because I basically black out because a lot of people weren't making their money and they were having to put $50 and $100 a month. I'm using it now for another effort. But I saw that what made these people hungry, the people that were being successful were the people that were hungry. Okay? So you may go to people that are in lower income scale and go share GiveBoom with them. You may knock on the door. You're driving to your job and there's a church in the corner. Stop and see the pastor there, whoever's in charge. There's a little league. Stop at the concession. You know, and little by little you start to build a following. Okay? Now, you have vision, goals, plans, and excursion. I wanted to show you one more thing. Most of you who have are seeing us here right now have seen this video. There's some of you here that are watching me tonight haven't seen this video. So there's several videos in our GiveBoom.com that explains the the system. And there's another one that shows how to work. Let me just play one for you, if I will. There's a lot of different resources in our website. and every time we're coming up with more. Let's see here a minute. This particular was made by one of our members, Francisco from Orlando. Francisco, I see that you're watching. God bless you, my brother. This will take just a few minutes, a couple minutes. You'll see this, but you'll see how it works. This is right here. This is Francisco. He's now a GiveBoomer. He's happy. He's always happy. To qualify, I need to bring 2 new people, 2 new GiveBoomers. So your first 2 goes, 1 to GiveBoom and 1 to the sponsor. In this case, I am Francisco's sponsor, so the person he gives comes to me. Now he's qualified. Now here is his third person. This third person now gives him $5. His network now has 3 people. He's contributing $10 per month for a total of $30. This money is shared this way. 15 for charity, 5 for GiveBoom, and 5 for the sponsor. So Francisco's already making 5 out of the 10 that he's putting in. Now, this person now has to qualify. Francisco chose this model. All he's done is brought 3 persons. Watch what happens with just 3 people. His third person is giving him 5. Here it goes. This person has to qualify. That person needs to bring 2 people. 2 new GiveBoomers. 1 goes to GiveBoom and 1 goes to Francisco, his sponsor. Now Francisco's making $10. Now, this person already qualified. Now he's going to open his third leg so he can start making money. And now this process just repeats itself. This guy's ready to make money now. This guy now is making $5 with his third person. Now this guy here has to qualify. 1 to GiveBoom, 1 to Francisco. So the only one that Francisco ever brought was this guy. These guys are given to him. This person qualifies, he opens up his business, residual income. And this thing continues to go again and again. We do this as we live. As we live, we share. GiveBoom. Nothing hard. Nobody's going to turn you down to listen about charity. Now, if Francisco brought 100 of these, he would be making $500 a month in residual income. These people were given to him. The only one Francisco brought was this. Just that simple. That simple. Just that simple. There it is. Thank you, Francisco, for that. That was wonderful. So, again, you know, it's just a matter of putting attention. GiveBoomers, we had a great month. We're looking now at July. We know that July, everybody's on vacation, but you know what? It doesn't matter. You share GiveBoom wherever you're at. GiveBoom, take this time to get in the internet and look for different ways that you can share GiveBoom. You know, become self-educated. This month, before we let go of the seminar of the webinar, this month we are sending our money to this organization. So I wanted to put this in before you go. So just give me 5 more minutes. This is about a minute and a half video. Food for the Hungry is an organization that feeds many people around the world. We chose it because of the percentage of that goes to the actual field. You know, there are organizations that they tell you 80% goes for administration and only 20% hits the field. This particular organization is very good at what it does, and it was a lower percentage, and that's how come we went with it. So let me share it with you.
What moment in your life changed you forever? Was it a first kiss? A touchdown? Maybe it was the day you got married, or a simple act of kindness. History has been defined by many moments. Some were filled with devastation, some with regret, and others with courage and love and compassion. One by one, they have brought us to this time, this moment. Food for the Hungry has been serving the hopeless by meeting physical and spiritual needs for over 40 years. We are committed to working in the hardest places of the world. Today, we work in more than 20 countries throughout Asia, Africa, Latin America, and the Caribbean to help communities become self-sustainable and self-sufficient. Through people like you, Food for the Hungry helps more than 2.5 million people gain access to sustainable sources of clean water, food, education, skills training, and more. And now is your time, your moment, to be a part of a movement. Come and help us feed the hungry, drill a well, build a school, by sponsoring a child or running a race. Together, we can end extreme poverty. Here at FH, we have many moments to look back on. Let's create one now, together.
So there it is. If you're a member of GiveBoom, of GiveBoom, all right, when we send a check somewhere, you get credited because you're part of our membership. You're giving more than $10. You're being part of that 100%. So that's what it's all about. So there it is. If you're a GiveBoomer, we hope you have a great week, a great month. If you're watching us for the very first time, you could go there to the GiveBoom.com website and sign up. Make sure that you put the person that refer you so they could get credit. Okay, if you have any questions, we'll be glad to answer it for you through the contact page. So till next time, we hope you have a great 4th of July. God bless you.